Hey guys, today we're going to be working with conditional formatting in Power BI. Now, this is not your standard vanilla conditional formatting. We're going to be mixing in DAX expressions in order to make some stuff that's pretty much impossible to do with the normal version of Power BI. Now, you just need Power BI and a little bit of Excel in order to get this to work. And we're going to be looking a little bit into formulas, so make sure that you come prepared. We're going to be looking at the switch formula and at the RANKX function. Now, you don't need to know them beforehand. I'll do my best to try to explain them in 20 minutes. But again, it's going to be useful if you have the AX knowledge. Now, let's get started. At the end of this, you're going to be able to do some pretty rad conditional formatting that's not available to any other of your office mates. I assure you that. Alright guys, let's get started. Even though I already have my Power BI open, I have to head over to Excel so that we can check out the table that we're going to be working with. Alright, it's really simple. I have here this table where I get a list of products that are sold at a restaurant and the amount in the dollar amount of sales that they managed last year. Alright, so they're all disordered and we're going to get this table into Power BI. With the file that I left you in the video link, you can actually go ahead and make sure that you save it somewhere that you know where it is. And then your Power BI, you head over here to where it says Get Data. Click on it, and you'll get this little screen. Select Excel and select Connect. And once you're there, make sure that you head over to wherever the file is saved. So let me find mine. It's right here. Here is the file, and you open it. Now, whenever you open it, make sure that you are seeing this too. Notice how one it says sales and the other one says sheet 1. Sales is the actual table that we have right there. All right. So that's the one that you want to make sure that you check. Sheet 1, you'll notice it's all white in here and has this two little teeth down here. So that's an actual spreadsheet. All right. That's not something that you want to bring over to Power BI. So let's select the table. And let's click on load and then tap your fingers on the desk while it loads. Usually takes a little bit of a while. And there we go. All right, guys, so let's get started. I want to use conditional formatting in order to show, say, for example, the top 3 selling products or the bottom 3 selling products. Now, the top products, I'm going to show them in green, and the bottom products, I'm going to show them in red. All right, and we're going to do this in a 3-step process. First, I'm going to set up the measures in order to show just the topmost product and the bottommost product. All right, so for that, I'm going to need this little tool right here called a table. Guys, make sure that it is an actual table. Right next to it, we have the matrix, and it's totally different. All right, so we select the table. We expand our table. And then we drag product down here to values and sales down here to values. All right. So there we go. I'm going to rank order everything by sales. So the first and the best seller is the chef's steak. No surprise there. And the worst seller is my iced tea in the restaurant. All right. So we're not here to judge what the restaurant patrons are ordering. But what we are going to be doing right now is ranking everything from top to bottom. All right. So in order to do that ranking, what I'm going to do is head over here to where it says modeling and use measures, all right? I know some of you are probably thinking I could use columns, but it's not going to be the case, not for the end goal that we want to achieve. So click on new measure and notice how we get right here where we can type measures. So I'm going to start typing here where the name of my measure is going to be product ranking, all right? Now this product ranking is going to be equals to, and I'm going to be using the following. RANKX, all right? Now, I don't want to delve too deep into what RANKX does. You have to take it on faith from me. It's useful for ranking stuff, as the name implies, all right? There's a science between every single X function, but right now, just take it on faith. It's going to be used for ranking stuff. The first thing that it's going to ask is what table are we going to be doing the ranking in? And the table is called sales, but since it's going to be a measure, I have to specify that Power BI needs to use all of the sales table, all right? So I'm going to type in all, open parenthesis, and then I'm going to say, yeah, it's a sales table. All right, close parenthesis, comma. The next thing that it's going to ask is the expression. Now, we're going to be ranking stuff based on the amount of sales. Since this is a measure, I just can't type in sales willy-nilly, all right? I have to do the following. Calculate. And then the expression is going to be a sum of sales. Yeah, I know this is a lot of typing, but that's the way it is for measures. For I mean, for more information why it works this way, yeah, there's other videos on that. Right now, just take it on faith, press enter, and nothing happened. However, we have our measure right here. So let's check out the results. I'm going to grab product ranking, drag it down here below sales. Notice how it's going to fall right there. And there we go. Notice how we have chef steak ranked as number 1 and iced tea ranked as number 69. That also tells me something. We have a grand total of 69 items in this table. All right, 69 items in the table. All right, guys. Now, on for the hard part. Well, not so hard. What we're going to be doing is telling it right now that I want the topmost product, number 1, to be green, and the bottommost product, number 69, to be red. All right, so what I'm going to do is insert a new measure, and that measure is going to be called background color. All right, type in equals and let's get started. Switch. Now, switch is like some sort of if function. However, switch allows you to include any amount of possibilities within it. So think of it as an infinite nest function. All right. No, I do not wish to finish installing sync icons. Okay, so think of switch as an infinite amount of nested if functions. So the first thing that's going to be asking of me is the expression. Now, the expression that we're going to be evaluating right now is ranking, all right, the product ranking. Now, if the value of product ranking is number 1, so that's first, our best seller, then the color is going to be green, all right, and I type in green just as you see on the screen. If the value of the ranking is 69, that's our worst selling product, then it's going to be red. Type in red. And that's it. All right, close parenthesis. Now, let's check out if it works. I'm going to grab the background color here, and I'm going to drag it down here to values. And there we go. We have green for the topmost seller and red for my worst seller. All right, guys. So let's head over here to, make sure that your table is selected. And with the table selected, head over here to this formatting tool, all right? This little paintballer thing. Now, we're going to head down here to conditional formatting and select sales, all right? So let make sure that you select sales and turn on the background color thing. All right, notice that by default, Power BI tries to give us a color scale, a heat map. The best seller is going to be some shade of turquoise water, I don't know what that is, and the worst seller is going to be some shade of red, but that's not what I want. I want just the topmost to be green and the bottom to be red and everything else in between to be neutral. All right, so in that instance, I head over to advanced controls, click on it, and select color scale, field value, and with field value selected, I use this drop down menu to look for background color. Press OK in there, and voila, we have topmost green, bottommost red. All right, slight problem we have right here is that I'm having a lot of trouble reading those numbers. Black on green is not a really appropriate color, an appropriate combination. So I'm going to have to create a new measure that specifies what font color we want. All right, so new measure. That measure, you guessed it, is going to be called font color. Font color, and we're going to be using switch. Now, it's going to be pretty similar, all right? In fact, you can actually pause the video and try to do it on your own. However, if you don't want to, just follow along. The expression is once again going to be the product ranking. The value is going to be 1, and we want white on green. So if it's 1, we want to bring in white. And if it's 69, I want to bring on white as well, okay? Now, check it out. For the last one, I'm going to do black. What does this mean? I'm telling it, switch on product ranking. So if the value is 1, the font color is going to be white. If the value is 69, down at the bottom, it's going to be white. And if it isn't, then it's going to be black. Black means apply to every single other stuff, all right, to every single other item. So we're going to press enter on that one and select font color. And we need to bring it out here. Font color right next to background color. All right, guys, let's check it out. Okay, so now we have font color. Make sure that it applies to our conditional formatting. I'm going to select conditional formatting. Remember, we're applying this to sales right now. So select sales from the drop-down list and then turn on font color, advanced controls, color scale, field value, and what are we going to use? Font color. All right, press OK. And there we go. Notice how it's eminently more readable because now we have white on green. All right, guys, so that seems to be working fine. Now, what happens if we want a top 3 ranking or a bottom 3 ranking? Well, that's pretty easy. Just head over to modify your background color measure, all right? Now I'm going to have to modify the entire measure because it gets a little bit different. Check it out. Right now, we were using the switch on the ranking expression, all right? We were using the ranking expression, the ranking value as the expression. However, right now it's going to be a little bit different. Check it out. I'm going to write in true for the expression, and then in value, it's where I'm going to use ranking, all right? So I'm going to tell it, if the product ranking is less than or equals to 3, then bring in green, all right? And if the product ranking is greater than or equals to 67, because that's going to give me a bottom 3, then type in red, close parenthesis. All right, guys, why does this work? Notice how when I press enter, I get my top 3 and my bottom 3. Why does this work? You're probably wondering about the true part, all right? Well, this is what happens when we have to evaluate the expression, or the evaluation of the expression is going to be different at each step of the way, all right? So true is pretty much like a wild card, a placeholder right there in Switch, where I'm telling it, all right, you want an expression? Yeah, true, there's your expression. Go ahead and be happy. And let me work with product ranking less than equals 3, that's my actual expression, or product ranking greater than or equals to 67, all right? So if you want to go ahead and do this, you need to use true right here as a placeholder in the expression box. All right, so again, you could go ahead and modify the font color measure on your own, or you can follow along with me. It's going to be pretty much a similar modification. Switch, where the expression is going to be true, and the value is going to be where product ranking is less than or equals to 3, then it's white. Where product ranking is greater than or equals to 67, then it's going to be white. And for all the other rankings, it's going to be black, right? And there we go. It's now far more readable. All right, guys, so now we know how to modify our switch measures, but there's a problem. Not everyone in the world knows the AX. If you're trying to do a business intelligence solution for someone, and you try to tell him, oh yeah, it's fine. Just if you want to see top 5, just modify the expression. Well, that person is not obligated to know what's going on. All right. So what we're going to be doing right now is really simple. We're going to try to make sure that there's an interactive way for us to change how many items you want colored, all right? And for that, we're going to be using parameters. So I'm going to tell it new parameter right here, where the what if parameter, the name is going to be, say for example, top n, all right? Where the minimum is 1, the maximum is 20, the increment is 1, and the default is going to be 5, all right? So I can see from top 1 all the way up to top 20, all right, in increments of 1. So top 1, top 2, top 3, top 4, all the way up to top 20. And I'm going to add a slicer to a page. Let's press OK, and here's my slicer. All right, guys, so according to how I drag this slicer out here is how many top n items I should see, all right? Now, say for example, right now I'm going to leave it at top 11, all right? Nice round number. Let's head over to background color, and let's modify this a little bit. It's very simple. I'm just going to tell it if the product ranking is less than or equals to 3. Now it's not going to be 3 or 11. It's going to be top n, all right? Notice how my parameter, which I made up right here, is now available to me right here. I'm going to press enter, and there we go. And now I modify just the font color as well. So font color, instead of being less than or equals to 3, I'm just going to say less than or equals to whatever is in top n. Press enter, and there we go. Now, check it out. I am going to change this little button right here to top 5, and my table changes to top 5. Change it to top 15 right here, and my table changes as well with that. All right, guys? Now, let's do the same thing, but for the bottom. New parameter, bottom n, from 1 to 20, in increments 1, default 5. Okay, so I'm going to get pretty much the exact same thing. bottom, I don't know, bottom 9. Since we haven't modified these measures, then they're not going to be responsive to my parameter right here. But as soon as I do the modifications, where the product ranking is going to be greater than or equals to 69, which is the total amount of items that we have, minus the bottom n, and there we go. All right. Now, when you're working with bottoms, make sure that that the amount is being covered correctly. All right. Now, we also need to modify the font color. So let's modify the font color, 69 minus bottom n. And there we go. All right. So bottom 1, I get bottom 2. 2. And then 3, it gives me the bottom 3 as well. And the bottom 4. And then the bottom 5. All right. That's probably because it's double counting something right up top there. And I'm not going to deal with that right now. But yeah, I have 2 items ranked as number 4s, even though they didn't sell the exact same thing. So something is weird with my ranking function, but that's not for this video right now. All right, guys, there we go. One final item that I'd like you to notice is that we have 69 items right here in our table, all right, as of right now. However, what happens if some new items are added to a menu or if some items are removed? Then we would need to modify our background color and our font color measures, because this number 69 is hard-coded in there. So in order to change that, I am going to go ahead and type in the following: count rows for all of my sales table. All right, there we go. All right, notice how the bottom end didn't actually change how it's calculated, or my font color. I also need to modify that. Instead of 69, I'm going to do count rows for all of my sales table. All right, guys. Now this count rows all on the sales table is going to count how many rows there are here. If you add 5 additional items, then you get, I don't know, 74 rows. If you remove 10 items from the menu, then you get only 59 rows, all right? And now it's dynamic. No matter how many items are in the menu, you're always going to get the correct bottom n. All right, guys? Well, that's pretty much it for you. One last thing I'd like to note: if you're wondering about how I would go ahead and add the same exact thing to a product, never fear, it's really simple. Just head over to your table, select the formatting icon, go over to conditional formatting, and select product, all right? Make sure that product is selected. Now let's turn on the background color and you'll get this menu automatically. I'm going to head over to field value and select that the field is going to be the background color, and do the exact same thing for the font color, all right? Field value, and the field in this instance is going to be font color. Press OK. Font color or the font color to be present within our table, all right? So I can just go ahead and remove font color, background color, and product ranking, and I don't need them because they are already here being calculated at any moment in time. All right, so that's it. I hope that you can use this to impress your boss with your Power BI presentations. And without further ado, we're done with the video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment, and please share in your social media. All right, I'll see you next week. Do you want to be an Excel god? Our online course will turn you into an Excel master in only 90 days. Excel is the most important tool in the office, but almost nobody knows how to use it. Most people dive right into Excel with no formal training and never use the right tools. And thus, they end up delivering messy reports that are full of mistakes, and they end up hating their jobs. In reality, Excel is really simple to use and can do your job for you, if you know how to use it. But you have to pick the right place to learn from, or you'll only end up more confused with all of the different tools and functions that Excel has to offer you. So, what can you do? Our Excel course is tailor-made for you. We're going to teach you Excel, all of Excel, using real-life examples. From simple exercises to full-fledged business case studies. Take the online course and you'll be an Excel god in only 90 days. The course consists in more than 45 lessons and 15 case studies, all with their detailed solutions completely recorded in video, and you're going to be able to access them whenever you want, whatever you want. Best of all, you're going to have lifetime access to the course, and you're going to get any of the updates that we're constantly putting out for free. Even better, when you get our course, you'll have free access to our full Visual Basic and Macros course, and also to our Power BI course, all with just one single purchase. More than 3,000 students have passed through our classrooms. We've attended companies like Kodak, IBM, Cemex, HP, Continental, DB Schenker, and more. So, if you want to absolutely master Excel, make sure that you sign up now. You will become an Excel guy. A2 Excel.